Hey guys, welcome back to the Wheelway Nation. Now today we're back on War Thunder and we're flying out the Fw-200 C1 Condor, which is a tier 2 German bomber with a battle rating of 2.3. This aircraft was requested by Professor Stupid, who's requested a few other aircraft, so in some of my other videos he's mentioned. Now at the moment with this aircraft I'm flying it out with a 3,000 pound payload with two 1,000 pound bombs and two 500 pound bombs. Oh, it's kilograms, isn't it? So yeah, two 1,000 kilograms and two 500 kilograms. That's basically the max payload, although it can come in different forms. So instead you could have 6 500s, which is actually a better payload to use, because with this it drops the two 1,000s at the same time, where if you have the 500s it drops one at a time. So then if you do two per base, you can destroy all three bases. In terms of speed, this aircraft isn't overly fast. Normal cruising speed in level flight tends to be around 200 miles an hour. I'm slowly climbing at the moment, or I'm actually losing speed. Although the cruising speed's okay. Offensive armament, it depends who you get put with. With a 2.3 battle rating, you can sometimes go up against far lower aircraft, where your 4 7mm machine guns for offensive armament are quite useful. But if you then go up against higher enemy aircraft, they're probably not going to do much. And you'll find yourself being shot down, in flames, and not really doing anything to the enemy aircraft. In the battles I've done in this thing, to get a good battle for this video, I've not really been able actually to get any kills. But this thing is quite efficient, destroying bases and getting ground targets. In this battle, it was fairly simple. The battle overall was about half an hour, so I've put cuts in certain places, going to and from the base while landing, all that kind of stuff, just to save time, because I know you guys probably don't want to watch a 30-minute video. Anyway though, so we're now approaching one of the bases, so going into the bomb view. We're not overly close yet. There it is, there's the base coming in on the side of the bomb view. This aircraft has got a cockpit. Every aircraft has now got a cockpit in the game, although it's, like many of the bombers, it's an placeholder cockpit, so it's not actually been done. It's just put there so that people can go in cockpit view for simulator battles and all that, but it's not detailed. It's only got the instruments, really. Okay, so approaching the base, it takes about 1,000 kilograms at this battle rating area to destroy a base. But sadly it drops both the 1,000 pound bombs at once, so I cannot get two bases with them, and I can only get one. So I've dropped those bombs, and I'm turning off towards the middle base. In hindsight, I probably should have taken the 6 500 pound payload so I can get all three bases, but that didn't happen, so yeah. There are the bombs falling towards the base. Falling down. Quite close actually. These bombs were mounted on the underside of the wings, just outside the furthest engine pods, and they've hit the ground and explode, destroying the base. There we go, so that's one base down. Moving on to the next base, there's a P-40 down there. Zooming in. Okay, I'm still quite far off. There's a TBD down there. What else would we... Okay, yep, so let's just get ready to drop the bombs on the base and hopefully destroy it, which the two 500 pound bombs should be able to do by themselves. Okay, it's getting nice and close now. Want to get the bomb bay is open and drop, and that should be a central hit. The bomb bay is quite interesting. There is a bomb bay section in the outer engine pods and a bomb bay section in the middle of the gunner gondola underneath the fuselage, as well as bombs being mounted on the underside of the wings just outside of the furthest engine pods. So it's quite an interesting bomb setup, but it does mean it can take quite a large payload, which is actually, I think the max payload is on par or just under that of the BV-238, which is quite a fun aircraft to fly actually. Okay, so bombs land, and that's the base destroyed. So now I'm going to head back to the airfield. I'm at 13,800 feet. So I'm going to have to throttle down in a minute. I'm going to go weapon for a bit, just so I can get a bit closer, won't get shot down. And then I'll begin a slow dive down towards the airfield. Quite a shallow dive though, I don't want to overspeed the thing. So, heading back. There are some enemy aircraft down there, so I don't want to get shot down. So I'm just gonna stay relatively high for now. I could even, if I really needed to, just stay high until I get to the base, and then throttle down flaps combat or flaps landing perhaps, and sort of just spiral down. You may notice this thing's roll rate is pretty decent for a bomber of its size. I think this is probably similar size to the Lancaster and maybe even the B-29. Okay, so we've jumped forward here. Going to attempt a first-person landing. This thing is rather tricky to actually land, I find. Perhaps that's just because its speed control is a bit strange, similar to that of the H6K4 in landing. It requires quite big changes in throttle to actually do a big change. But if you can get it just on the right speed and the right throttle, it will just stay on that speed and just come in nice and slow. Well, anyway, coming into the first-person landing, just trying to line up on the runway. I'm a bit off at the moment. It doesn't really matter, though, if I don't land on the runway. So it's probably going to be a bit of a bouncy landing. You may notice, of course, the cockpit is very basic. You only got the instruments at the moment. That will be improved probably in future updates. Okay, coming in now, nice and slow. Slowing down now. I'm on full power, actually. Need to get a bit lower. Okay, power to 0. Very rapid slowdown there. The aircraft's... Okay, I need to go full power. Do not want to stall this thing in. Ooh, a bounce. Am I up? I think I'm up again. I'm up again. 0 power. Stall it in. Don't bounce. There we go. Oh, I'm actually down. Okay. From the cockpit view, it looked like I was still level with the rear wheel off the ground. But obviously I'm not from looking at the wing. So, yeah, there we go. Decent landing. The aircraft looks quite nice on the ground. Definitely very different, I think, to any other bomber in the game, because this thing was originally a commercial airliner, and then it was converted to a bomber, so it's rather different, actually, to anything else that is featured in the game, I think. Mainly in its looks and the way it flies, and the minimum load is 4 hours and 13 minutes, I believe, so it's quite a large minimum fuel load. Well, I guess that is a good thing. If you if you get badly damaged and you're leaking fuel, it will probably still be quite a long time until you actually run out of fuel. So that's rather good. And also the amount of oil levels is quite high as well. So if you have an oil leak, that will last quite a while. So as you may notice, taking off, this thing's takeoff speed is pretty decent. It's accelerating rather fast and gets into the air in rather quickly. So it's quite good for that. So yeah, and the gear going up is rather slow, but quite a strange gear arrangement actually. Bit weird. I've not really seen any other aircraft that has something similar to that. So yeah, quickly in terms of videos coming out soon, my next standard War Thunder video will be the Heinkel 100, which is a Tier 1 1.7 battle-rated German fighter aircraft. There'll be another We're Away video coming out in the next few days, and another Kerbal Space Program video. So look out for those videos, be sure to watch them and give them a like. Anyway though, back to the Condor, so we've just taken off. I'm going to turn us to skip forward in the battle. It's got to the point now where there are vehicles that need to be destroyed, and the enemy team will lose victory points. If we destroy those vehicles, then their points are so low at the moment, they should lose. So, I am kind of pushing this thing rather fast in a very, very shallow dive. Got to about 220-ish miles an hour. So there's some vehicles there. From the looks of it, there's a friendly fighter aircraft that's going for them. I might just leave him to go for them, and I might go for some others. If I can drop my 1,000-pound bombs on some ground targets, I might be able to destroy a few with that blast, and then if I can turn around without being shot down, which I probably will at low level with this thing, I'll be able to destroy them a bit. Yeah, I might. Okay, I might go for the other targets. Yeah, I'm gonna go for those ones over there. And then I can use the 500s to destroy whatever's left. Okay, so there are the vehicles a few miles away. Going to the bomb view in a second. Quite low. I'm going relatively fast for the aircraft, so I might be able to drop the bombs rather early from the ground targets. Let's see. And the enemy have just lost some victory points, so that's good. Means we have to do less to win. I would go for the other enemy base, but I do not want to waste my bombs on that much base damage. Okay, there's a Spitfire coming in. I'm going to get shot down. this thing's offensive armament is very bad. 7mm machine guns is not that good for a bomber of this size. Like it should have armament on par with the H6K, which is roughly the same battle rating. Let's drop bombs. Drop that now. There we go. Cool. But yeah, it doesn't. It's got really bad armament, and I think it should have one or two guns that are better than what it's got. I looked up the aircraft in real life, and the offensive armament is slightly better. It's got some 12mm and just generally more guns overall. Firing at the Spitfire, come on, got a hit. That's pretty much it. That's what you can really do, get hits. It's not the best, but hits is the best you're going to get with this thing, really. So, oh, it looks like I'm getting shot down. Not good, there's another one on my tail. All my tail's been damaged. Okay, but I've lost my tail, I'm going down. And yeah, I'm going to fly into the ground now. Drop bombs. Cool, okay. Well, anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.